So you want to know if you can register your hemp-based product. Let's say you're planning on opening a Shopify store, or you want to sell your product on Amazon, but they're going to be hemp or cannabis-based products. Well, then I need you to listen up, because I'm about to share some information with you that's going to be really, really important if you want to register the trademark for the business or brand associated with those hemp cannabis-based products. Now, in the recent past, people who are interested in selling cannabis or hemp-based products have had, I wouldn't say an easy time, they've definitely had a more difficult time, especially if they've applied maybe prior to December of 2018. But if they've applied after December of 2018, they've maybe had a little bit of an easier time registering their cannabis hemp-based trademark application. And that is because the law changed in December of 2018. So if you're not familiar with the bill that passed, then I'm not going to explain all that to you, but I will tell you that you can find out more information about it right here. The reason that bill was so important, the reason that that bill affected trademark applications, is because the way it works is if the federal government bans something, then you cannot go and register something that federal law has banned. So if federal law says that we don't allow the sale of marijuana, the possession of marijuana, the sale of marijuana, then that means that you're not going to be able to register anything associated with that product or that ingredient as part of a product. And so lots of people who tried to file trademark applications at that time had a really hard time doing so. In the more recent past, there's been ways to try and overcome these refusals that the trademark examiners are issuing within the office actions. And so that usually includes detailing things as like what percentage of your product actually contains THC. Are you compliant with a federal act that now allows hemp? So you want to make sure that you're in compliance with these federal laws so that you are not trying to trump the federal law. In other words, we all know that the feds are always going to trump. So if the feds trump, you want to make sure that your product or services follow those guidelines that they have issued. And because of the new guideline, well, the new law from December of 2018, people have become more likely than they used to be able to register their brand name in association with hemp-based goods. So if you're interested in registering a hemp-based product because you're going to sell it on Amazon or you're going to start your own Shopify store, then it's going to be really important that you frame your application properly so that you increase your chances of being able to register it. Now, again, if you want to read more on what that bill says, then you can definitely look right here, because there is a lot of specific language that might turn you off. But if you're somebody that's still interested in registering an application like that because you know that that's really, really important and you know that it's a fast-selling product, it's a growing market, then I definitely want you to reach out. In the description below, you can find all the information you need to know about asking questions regarding your cannabis-based product. So I'm going to give you an example right now. We're going to walk through it and we're going to see what kind of issues this one application faced when filing a trademark application for a hemp-based product. And then what I just said will make a little bit more sense.
Hey everybody, so here we are and we are reviewing some cannabis-based trademark applications, and I kind of want to walk you through exactly what I did. So here at the Trademark Electronic Search System, we're going to do a search for hemp, and we're going to see that there are a bunch of companies that have included the word hemp in their trademark. And so when you see this as live, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's been registered. It just means that the application is live in the process. So hemp healthy, let's see what this is. I'm doing this for example purposes only. These are not necessarily my clients. Hemp healthy, cosmetics and cleaning preparations, skin serums, skin washes, cosmetic preps, all of the foregoing containing hemp CBD derived from hemp. None of the foregoing contain cannabis containing more than 0.3% THC. So as you will see, that language is going to be pretty important. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this serial number and we're going to plug it in the database because we want to see the history of that application. There have been many applicants who have had trouble registering their hemp or cannabis-based trademark simply because federal law and the changing laws regarding cannabis and hemp. So this applicant filed in October of 2018, and you can see that they had an office action in July of this year. So this was almost 9 months later, and let's see what their office action says. Now, the reason I'm looking at their office action is because I feel like I said, I feel like this is going to corroborate a lot of the issues that clients have asked me about that have presented themselves in their office actions. So as you can see here, they received an office action for prior filed no bona fide intent to use in legal commerce, and then the foods and supplements containing CBD violate the Goods, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. So applicant must provide responses to any of these questions regarding CBD. So now let's see how this applicant responded to it. So the applicant answered all the questions and tried to overcome these issues as best as they could. And then there was a priority action that was issued. CSA refusal continued. CSA refusal is, see, in order for an application to have a valid basis that could properly result in a registration, the use of the mark has to be lawful. The 2018 Farm Bill was signed into law December 20th, 2018. And so in lieu of amending the filing date, applicant may elect to abandon the current application and file a new application with a new fee that will have an application filing date that is later than the enactment of the December 20th date, or applicant may respond to the stated refusal by submitting evidence and arguments against the refusal. So, in an examiner's amendment basically means that the attorney talked to the trademark examiner, and through that conversation, the examiner was able to make an amendment to the application based on their conversation with the permission of the lawyer. So the reason it was important for me to look at the examiner's amendment and to look at the history of the application is because I want to be able to compare what the final outcome was to the initial submission. So as we can see, this is going to be the final submission because it was the final basically acceptance after an office action issued. So just so that we can be clear as to what it is, I want to read it to you. Cosmetics and cleaning preparations, non-medicated skincare lotions and creams, non-medicated skincare products, namely skin moisturizers, skin lotions, skin serums, skin washes, cosmetic preps, all the foregoing containing hemp and CBD derived solely from hemp. None of the foregoing contain cannabis containing more than 0.3 THC, or ingredients derived from cannabis containing more than 0.3% THC. Also, topical pain relief preps containing hemp or hemp-derived ingredients. None of the foregoing containing CBD, cannabis containing more than 0.3% THC, or ingredients derived from cannabis containing more than 0.3% THC. And the reason, again, that language is important because they are saying that they comply with the new bill that was instituted as of December 2018. So we're going to go back to the original application so you can see how this description differs from what was initially submitted. So here's the original application. And as you can see here, it simply says cosmetic and cleaning preparation, skincare products, cosmetic products, tropical pain relief, pharmaceuticals, hemp powder, and hemp capsules. So you can see how this description of goods really differs drastically from the new description that will more than likely be registered if nobody opposes this trademark. So again, I want to compare this very simple description to the very specific description that basically satisfies the examiner's and the law's requirements. So here it is again. Cosmetics and cleaning preparations. Look at how much more specific it is. So this 0.3% language is very important to the trademark examiner. So this is why I wanted to walk you through this so that you can see that based on the laws, being very specific about what it is that you're selling is going to matter a whole lot in the success of your application. And it's all because, the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, and also, see, on December 20th, 2018, the CSA was amended to remove hemp from the definition of marijuana. So it is basically that the definition of hemp that you have to meet under the Controlled Substances Act in order to be able to sell it.
So if you don't feel comfortable navigating the trademark application process for something that is still relatively new in the trademark area, which is that of cannabis and hemp, then make sure that you comment down below, or you can always send us an email, and the email will be linked down below. We're more than happy to answer your questions. We do offer free consultations, so make sure that you get all of your questions answered. Make sure all your ducks are in a row before you file that trademark application, because you don't want it to cost more money than it should. So if you like this video, make sure that you give me a thumbs up, and if this walking through this trademark application was helpful for you, then I also want to make sure that you tell me in the comments below that these walkthroughs are super helpful. So all you have to do is just give me a thumbs up emoji or say more walkthroughs. And until next time, I really hope that you learned more than you knew before you started watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.